The year is 2025, and this is my calm before the storm. Look at me, all happy and shit at Disney World, having the time of my life. But little did I know, the time of my life was about to go downhill within a matter of days. The Lord said this year would be hard, but I didn't think it would be this hard. Journey with me into my 2025.
Yeah, I'm just too through with my circumstances. And if I didn't introduce earlier in the video that I was recently laid off from the federal government, then that is where I am in my life right now. Navigating these last 2 weeks has been very, very difficult, but when I tell you the Lord uses everything, He uses everything. He uses everything. And now I have the time to actually face myself and who I am and what parts of me are not like Christ, but like the world, and how I cope, what are my coping mechanisms, and what are my habits that don't reflect the nature and the magnitude of where I'm going. And I'm grateful to God that He wouldn't give me something that would destroy me. But He is equipping me to handle the very thing that He's preparing me for. But it's in these hard moments where it's just like, you know what? This too much. So I would rather this happen in this manner, and I fight through and I go through and I, cast my cares and my burdens and lay them all at His feet at this point, than to get to the destination and crumble and fall because I wasn't equipped or prepared. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. It's just so many like little things that are happening, and it's the little things are not actually little, they're pretty weighty. And yeah, the Lord told me to face myself, so I ain't got no choice because I ain't got no job, and I'm not about to be in the church because my church is closing. So yeah, I'm about to be in here with the Lord, seeking Him and rededicating myself to Him. Yeah. In this walk, you are gonna have moments where you will have to rededicate your life to Him because life got in the way. But just stay on the ever constant journey of seeking Him out and giving yourself to Him, even though it's hard, even when it's hard, even when it's good, even when it's great, even when the waters aren't troubled, even when they are troubled. Like, just stay in God's face. And in the moments where you don't stay in His face, there's grace for you there. But we all know, don't abuse it. Don't abuse it. But let me eat my food.
Most of my day is spent looking like this, scrolling for hours and hours at a time and journaling and trying to figure out what was my life about to look like. I had nothing. I literally had everything taken from me. My job was gone. The church that I ministered at was gone. My therapist died. And all of these little small things that weren't actually small started to add up in my life month after month, day after day, to the point where I was just like, I don't know what to do. Why is God taking everything from me? So I spent my days like this, trying to distract myself from my emotions, trying to put myself in a headspace where I should push, where I could push. But what I could not ignore was that I was so angry and disappointed with God, with how my life looked at this point in time. I was infuriated with the people around me, my family, my loved ones. They were starting to say things that pissed me off. And it was just like God was allowing all of these things to happen to me at this point in time. And it felt like I was being dogpiled on, and I hated everything and everybody. So, what did I do? I rested. I sat, I cried, I mourned, I was enraged. And I wrote and I wrote and I tried to create, I tried to be creative, But all the while, I was just angry with God. And I was ignoring the heck out of Him too. Because in the first clip, I said, it's time for me to deal with myself. But as things kept going down and down and down, I was like, I'm not talking to you. And I ain't talking to nobody else either. Because all y'all are pissing me off.
Hey y'all, it is Thursday. I don't think that I've talked to y'all in a while, but hey, here I am. I have been going through every emotion that there is this week, and it's hard to remember who God is sometimes and who you are in your faith sometimes when it just feels like everything is so heavy. But I sit in those moments. I have those moments. I cry, I weep, I'm angry. I do all the things in those moments because my feelings are my feelings. And they're valid, and I'm going to feel them every single time. So, yeah, I'm in a better headspace today. Just, I don't think I really had the chance to process the layoff right away because stuff kept happening after that. So it just felt like the weight of the world was on my shoulders. And sometimes it feels like people look at you and say, why are you still focusing on this, or whatever it may be. And it's just like, hello? Did this not just happen? Is this not going on? So, anyway, so yeah, but I'm in a better space today. I am about to fix me something to eat, and I am gonna come back down here, wash my bedding, and yeah, probably edit some things today, keep posting on TikTok today. I'm in a space where it's just like I'm a girl who wants things to happen instantly. Like make it happen right now. I need the money right now. I need whatever it is right now so that I don't have to feel this discomfort and I don't have to um, surrender to discipline and consistency, because at the end of the day, that's all it is that I don't like to be repetitious, because repetition to me is absolutely boring. But repetition equals success, repetition equals consistency, and that is something that I need to desperately work on. So I'm going to continue to create this content even when I don't feel like it, even when I say like, all right, I'm over it, like it's nothing is happening. But things are happening. Things are happening in me, and things are genuinely moving and shaking for me on some of these platforms. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna stop. And yeah, so you guys will probably see me in and out a little bit later, and then I'll probably sit down and talk to y'all a little bit more in depth after I, make it through some of the tasks for my day. So yeah, I got a lot to do, and do I feel like doing it? No, I just kind of want to sit here and breathe for a second. But I can't. I will figure out another day to do that, and yeah, we're gonna keep going. All right.
Another reason this season was hard for me is because I was back home. I had just moved back home with my grandmother spring of 2024, and even 2024 was a hard and difficult year for me. That is a story for the past and another day that I will not expound on. But being back in this space was almost like a reminder that you're a failure. You look at you, you're back home, you're a 34-year-old woman, you don't have anything going for yourself, your savings are exhausted, you live at home, and you have nothing going for yourself. These were the thoughts that were going through my head during this time that I was down. It was so frustrating to me because I was seeing the people around me thrive and go and be and do all the things that I wanted to do, but here I was, a servant of the Most High God, stuck. one of the things that God had told me in 2025 was, yes, this will be a hard year, but I will give you moments of relief to get you through the year so that it is not consistently hard. And when those moments of relief came, my God, they did something to my soul, because it was almost like all of the hardship that I had gone through days and weeks and months prior to the relief, like none of that mattered at that point in time. And I'm so grateful for, the family and the friends that really stepped in to take care of me and offer me things that would usher in that relief so that I wasn't so downtrodden all the time. So, the next few clips are going to be me having those moments of relief, and you'll get to see me enjoy life. Now, while I'm enjoying life, there is still so much anxiety that is present, but even though the anxiety is present, I know that God is still God and that I can cast all my cares upon Him. Even though I wasn't feeling them, even though I wasn't really rocking with Him like that, I knew that I still had God to pour my heart out to. I wasn't ever going to leave Him in any situation in my life because He's never left me. So I'm grateful for the moments of relief that you'll see ahead.
Artlist.io. Music like
Viva! I'm at the ocean. I'm at the beach. I'm so happy.
I'm always happy when I'm surrounded by water. The ocean makes me feel really small, and it puts my whole life into perspective. It reminds me, okay, I'm this very little piece of this huge earth, and it humbles you and it grounds you, and it makes me feel almost like I've been baptized and I'm born again when I get out of the ocean.
I always do my due diligence to try and get to a large body of water, whether I'm having a good year or season or not, because whenever I am by a large body of water, or any body of water for that matter, that is when I am able to hear God the clearest. If my spirit is off, then I can go and sit by the water and hear God clearly. If my soul needs to cry out, I can go and sit by the water and cry out to my Father in heaven, because I know that here is where I will hear Him, and I know without a shadow of a doubt that He will hear me. And in these moments of relief, not only is a body of water going to help me along with God's presence, it's the presence of my family and friends. It is the music that we enjoy together. It is the concerts that we love to stand and analyze and memorize all of the choreography too. It is all of those things that brought me so much relief in this hard season of my life. Like, there is nothing like sitting and watching my girl perform, and then we try and mimic and copy her and do all of the choreography in the same way that she can, but we will never be able to do it in the same way that she could, honey. But not only spending time and learning these dance moves, but also going out to have a good time and understanding that even in hardness, God is still there. And me and my friends, wherever we go, whoever we're with, it does not matter the celebration, because we are always going to make room for God. And as we make room for God, God is always going to show up and show out. This night right here, so special. was that night special for me, but it's these moments where I felt like I needed to connect back to my roots. I needed to be in the space where my grandmother was born. I needed to be in the space where my great grandfather, her father, built the church in this small town in Virginia. I don't know what it was about this year, but I just felt this urgency to learn more about who I am in my core, from my DNA, from my family, my parents, my grandparents, my great grandparents, because you have to know who you are and who they were in order for me to move forward and be the woman that they fought so hard for me to be in the year of 2025. And not only did I connect back to my roots, I connected back to myself. I decided that I was going to take care of my body, my mind, my soul, my spirit, and all the things. So, walks during the summer and the fall were heavy for me. They were a big part of my daily routine. Not only that, I tried to learn a new skill. Now, ask me if I finished learning this new skill. I did not. But in the midst of it all, it was so much fun learning while it lasted. But I would take moments to just get out of the house, even though I didn't have much, to sit and learn and be in a space that was peaceful to me. And not only did I sit and learn new things, I started to create my content. This year was full of me pushing myself to do the things that I know God has enabled me and gifted me to do. And while doing these things, it took some of the sadness and the depression that I had away, and it allowed me to explore my creativity, and it really allowed me to lock in and see if content creation is something that I really want to do. And yes, I do, because I truly enjoy it. Now, did the content creation keep the sadness, the depression, the anger with God at bay? Not at all. It got to a point where I was like, you can't keep creating and not involve God in how you feel, for real.
Don't know what to talk about because I low-key don't even feel like talking. Um, and maybe I do. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. I haven't felt like being bothered. I haven't felt like wanting to go out and hang out with people. Um, Sometimes I don't want to be around my family, but then also having the need. I need to be around people because this isn't good for my mental health. Being in the house all the time is not good for my mental state. And like I said, I typically operate as a lone wolf. And the older I get, the more I recognize that that's not really good for me. And I feel like I'm about to cry. I ain't no punk ass bitch. And I probably shouldn't have said that because tears are good. And it doesn't mean you're a punk ass bitch when you cry. It doesn't mean that at all. But, and I need some type of release. I've gotten to the point where I'm just so disappointed with God and disappointed with the way that my life looks. And I don't know how else to express how I feel. So I distract myself with my phone. I tend to not listen to him in my prayer time with certain things because I'm so used to receiving hard words and hard messages. that if God does say something good, I don't believe him. I'm more inclined to believe him about a trial or tribulation, because for the majority of my walk, that is what I've known, is sanctification, trial, tribulation, stripping, pruning. So to hear something good, I don't have the faith that I should to believe him. To receive something good from him is to receive with hesitation, because it feels like the moment that I get something good, it gets snatched away for some reason. It's like every time my life goes in a direction that is positive or it increases me in some way, it feels like it just gets snatched away from me. And I feel like I'm at the point in my faith where it's just like, it's whatever. I don't even care anymore. But there's something inside of me that still holds on to the goodness of his promises. And something inside of me that wants to believe him because I believe him for everyone else. But I feel like when it comes to my relationship with him, I have to hold my breath. It feels like I have to hold my breath, because the moment I exhale is when everything comes tumbling down. And it doesn't seem fair. It doesn't seem right. It's frustrating. It's exhausting. And most days I just coast. Or I just coast spiritually, because I don't feel like putting up a fight. I don't feel like having the joy, because the joy is going to be snatched away. I just don't feel like it. I battle with, do I want what he has more than I want him? Do I want what he has for me more than I want him? And then I go back and forth between this suffering servant thing and just being a normal child of God who just receives freely with grace and with mercy. But this process has been very long for me. And in the world, it tells you not to look to the left or to the right, but to just look straight ahead. But sometimes you get off course, you get distracted, and you do look to the left and to the right. And then to the left and to the right is God's children being blessed with what he's promised them. And you're still on this long, lonely road with nothing to show for it but some kind of spiritual fortitude, some kind of supernatural ability, which is amazing, which is great, which is awesome to have. But sometimes when your life doesn't match naturally in the spirit, people will look at you like you got 5 heads. You can pray heaven down. You can heal the sick. You can do many miraculous things in the name of Jesus, but your life doesn't look like it. Your life doesn't show the spiritual abundance that you have in the natural in any way, shape, or form. And a lot of the times it pisses me off, because you see people and it's like, you are not doing what I'm doing. And That's probably an arrogant attitude to have. It's like you're not going through what I'm going through. You're not experiencing what I'm experiencing. You don't have the warfare that I have. And as a child of God, sometimes it's just like, for the warfare, I should have everything that I need and everything that I want. But I don't.
Just as easy as the good times rolled in and my times of relief rolled in, they rolled right back out. A few days after this video, I believe my car got repossessed. I was without my car for 2 days, and trying to get it back was the most gut-wrenching thing that I had been through yet, because my car is literally like my lifeline. At this point, you can tell that I have tapped back out of the game. I have been through the ringer multiple times within this year. I think this time is around fall this year, and I was tired. I couldn't take anymore. I just I can't even talk because I don't have the words for how I felt in those moments. I had poured out my heart to God. I had let everything go, and I had started to forgive people and let all my anger out and tell God while I was disappointed with him and while I was angry with him and screaming and hollering and shouting at him and going to church services that didn't work for me, going to events that didn't pour into me in the way that I needed to be poured into, and trying to seek him and find him. And it just, nothing was working. Nothing was working. And I got to the point where I'm just like, Lord, you know what? I'm fed up. I'm going to go ahead and just see if I can coast through the rest of this year, see if I can make it through the rest of this year, because I can't give you anything else. There is nothing left in me to give to you because you got it all. I'm dry, Sahara Desert dry, and there's no possible way that you could ask anything else of me this year. I've done all I needed to do. I've healed all I needed to heal. I need you to start blessing me. And then I started to get mad all over again. Like, you really got me out here looking like Boo Boo the Fool. And I'm struggling. I'm having a hard time. And life is still lifing to the max. Did I tell y'all that I got scammed also this year? My God, today. It got to a point where around November, I was like, Lord, where's the relief? The relief wasn't showing up, honey. Okay, I don't think I ain't getting no relief until December 31st, which was just a couple of hours ago. So, yeah, that's how I'm feeling. That's how I was feeling. And I'm just praying that 2026 is what God has promised me, because I've literally almost given up on him and my faith and faithfulness towards him because of everything that I've gone through this year. So, cheers to 2026. May it be abundant, may it be amazing, and may God deliver on his promises, and may I believe without being disappointed. In Jesus' name. I love y'all. Bye.